individuals are walking the planet now and they're asking, how can I stay expanded in a world that seems to be contracting? How can I evolve when everything seems to be dissolving right in front of me? How can I become more myself when the world seems to be crumbling right in front of me? And many of you here today probably have some of those same questions.
We all have these two people living inside of us. The first person that lives inside each and every one of us is called the ego. This ego is just an idea, and it's an idea that we all have of who we are. And it's an idea that we've come to believe that who we are. And this idea says that who I am is what I have and what I do and what other people think of me. What I have, that is all of my stuff and how much it's worth and how it compares to everybody else's. What I do, that is what I accomplish, what I've achieved, and my reputation, what other people think of me. This is the ego. And the ego's basic idea is that who I am is separate from everybody else. That's what makes me who I am. I'm separate. And I am separate from not only everybody else, but I'm separate from God, and I'm separate from all that I would like to attract into my life. And there's a pie that's out there. And this pie has so many pieces to it. And if I don't get my piece of the pie, somebody else is going to get it for me. So I'm in competition with everybody that's out there. And it's a very competitive, dog eat dog, I've got to get someplace, I've got to be better than, I got to be number one kind of mentality. This is ego consciousness.
Everything that every single person does, everything that every single person wants, whether it's a material object or a pile of money or a relationship, everything that everyone wants is because they believe they will feel better in the having of it. And we wouldn't make a big deal over a little bit of negative emotion if we were standing in your physical shoes. But we do agree with you. It should feel better to you. Life should be good to you. You should get what you want. You shouldn't have to suffer. Things should unfold. You should feel your power. We want you to know your worthiness. And we think that is the biggest, boldest, most accurate answer to the question that you're posing here. People have lost their sense of worthiness because of the distorted story that has been told to them about who they are.
It doesn't need to be more complicated than listening to your heart and following it. Because your heart has memory, your heart has wisdom, your heart has consciousness, your heart actually thinks. And when you can develop a balanced dialogue between the heart mind and the head mind, that's when everything falls into alignment. But you see, the idea of the way you're actually designed is your head mind needs to actually follow your heart mind, not the other way around. They need to work in concert, but the head needs to take its cue from the heart, not contradict it and try to run everything. That's negative ego. When it understands that the heart is actually the center of your being for a reason, not the head, but because your world has been taught to think that what's on top is best, instead of what's in the center. When you understand it's what's in the center that counts, you will then reverse the upside down relationship you have between your heart and your minds. And you will move forward harmoniously.
And this is the time finally in our adult life when we stop saying, what are my quotas and what's in it for me and what can I get? And we begin to say instead, what are your quotas? And how may I serve becomes much more of an important criteria than what am I going to get. And feeling connected to each other and to God and to what we would like to attract into our life, feeling connected to it rather than separate from it is the shift.
And this is the time of awakening, meaning this is the time when all who are looking will find.
The answer is you. You're okay. Our movement of Agape dancers. This is our choreographer of this piece. This is Nicole. Give us just a little bit of your inspiration. How did this come to you? Hold on.
Testing. I wanted to choreograph something that, yes, it's visual, but it not only speaks to the mind, but it speaks to the soul and the heart as well. And so I found part of this clipping, and this is like stuff that I listen to every day when I'm working out and all those things. But it is a combination of, there was some Abraham Esther Hicks in there was Bashar, who's another channeler, there was Rev, who was in there, and Dr. Wayne Dyer. And so, yeah, it's so touching, and it definitely moves through our body, and Spirit speaks through us and moves through us. And that is my gift to you all. So thank you, and happy Mother's Day to my mother. I love you.
Name?
Ashley.
Zen. Quonta.
Mecca. Laura.
Teddy.
Nicole. Nicole.
Yes. Our movement of Agape today. Let's stand up and sing. You guys can stand.